Hello there. On this series, I don't usually look back at things I dislike because I like to have an optimistic air when looking back at relics from the past number of years. But occasionally, I will talk about something I dislike. Which brings me to today's episode, which I review Dana Carvey's 2002 Bond, The Master of Disguise. Undoubtedly one of the worst comedies to ever get a theatrical release. Now don't get me wrong, I like Dana Carvey, I find it to be very funny most of the time, but this just doesn't work, it's a dud. However, to be in context, I'm going to take a look back at his career. Carvey's first big break was on the hit sketch series Saturday Night Live in the mid-1980s and early 90s, where he made a name for himself giving a large number of spot-on celebrity impressions, most notably former President George Bush and Rose Perot. He also played some original characters too, like the church lady, and most famous of all, Garth from Wayne's World. Appearing alongside Mike Myers, the sketch involved two die-hard rock fans who hosted a cable access show in their own house. The success of the sketch then led to a very popular and very funny feature film. And though Myers played the lead role, for me it's Carvey who steals the show. Following Wayne's World 2 and his departure from Saturday Night Live, Carvey started his own series, The Dana Carvey Show, on ABC. This was an often hilarious series that helped launch the careers of Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert. Unfortunately, the show was cancelled. Meanwhile, Mike Myers found massive success with this Austin Powers series, which left the question about when Carvey would find his own hit franchise. So in 2002, Dana Carvey released The Master of Disguise, which I wish I could say was very funny and helped revive his career, but unfortunately, no. The film was terrible and it bombed at the box office. Even more embarrassing was that Columbia Pictures actually released it a week after the third Austin Powers film. Ouch. Well, here we go. I'm going to review The Master of Disguise. So we start off with this big James Bond-esque opening sequence about 3 minutes into the film. We see somebody rushing to the camera. I assume it's a secret agent, right? Bo Derek. I guess she was in need of a paycheck. It's not like she's doing much these days.
That was close.
Too close.
I knew she was secretly a man. So after this Master of Disguise decides to give up the family business, we cut to present day, where we're introduced to our main character, Pistachio Disguise. And that's not a joke, that is his actual name. Oh, and to top it off, he has a bad Italian accent.
Ah, Sophia, what an unexpected surprise, love cake.
Love cake?
I so enjoyed meeting you last evening.
If this film is meant to showcase his impressionist skills, that's not a good thing. Anyway, so later he meets this young boy who's upset with his lack of sporting skills.
Pistachio, why don't you do one of your funny voices and cheer the kid up?
What an excellent idea, Bernardo. Yes, yes. I do for you now a scene from the hit motion picture, Shrek. You ready? Okay.
Why don't you get away from me, donkey?
What you talk about, get away from you? I'm making waffles.
Okay, there are two interesting things about this. Number one, you know he's desperate when he's imitating a more successful character of a friend of his. And number two, even I can do a better Shrek and Donkey impression. Anyway, so it appears that Pistachio finds himself imitating the customers in his father's restaurant, which annoys them incredibly.
Get me some man-sized meatballs. 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 Am I going too fast for you?
Am I going too fast for you?
Huh?
Are you mocking my husband?
Are you mocking my husband?
Because you better not be.
Because you better not be.
Well, it annoys me too, and he's not even imitating me. So after work, Mr. and Mrs. Disguisey get kidnapped by sort of stereotypical baddie in the shadows, which leads to the arrival of the first of many incredibly obvious entire pop culture references to films from the 70s and 80s. Believe me, there are a lot of these.
I came to help you, Pistachio.
Help me what?
Find your mother and your father, my son.
My father, your son. Holy cannoli, you are my sister.
But you don't have a sister, you pea-brain. I'm your grandfather.
Yes, that was my next choice.
If you're keeping track, we're about 50 minutes into this film, and so far our joke total is 0.
So I come down from the rooftop, and then I come home, and there's no mama, no papa, just ransackery.
Did you ask Jeeves?
Yes, but no such luck.
Because even in 2002, people still used us Jeeves. So his grandfather tells him of the family history of being a master of disguise, and they both head to his father's secret nest.
What? A magic ball. What?
I would make a sex joke, but I'm above that. Okay, so upon opening the nest, thus begins the comedic montage where we develop the film's so-called hilarity, featuring some sort of hip-hop song nobody's going to remember a couple seconds later.
Listen up, I got a story to tell about the dopest new hero I know so well. Was a little waiter with Italian food.
Yes, that is brilliant. You are disguised as a fatty. What is happening? I'm getting bigger. I got so fat.
Alright, enough of that. We then cut to Pistachio's father confronting our villain of the piece, Brent Spinner? Data from Star Trek The Next Generation is in this? Bo Derek I can kind of understand because she's not getting many film offers anyway, but didn't they release a new Star Trek that same year?
What do you want? I want you to drop your pizza apron, become a master of disguise once again, and help me obtain the world's rarest treasures.
You're a sick man, Bowman.
I don't believe it. They failed at making a funny fart joke. This is the easiest joke in the comedy book. A joke that seems to always make me laugh, and they failed at doing so. I mean, somebody passed gas, and I didn't even chuckle. What kind of bizarre world is this? Well, at least I know the next scene couldn't possibly be any worse. Oh my goodness, he's in brownface.
The question is not who I am, the question is who are you? I know who I am. I am Prince Lalejama from the Ringy Dingy Heights near Bombay, Calcutta and New Delhi, India.
So after another training montage, they decide to audition for an assistant, which proves unsuccessful. Finally, the mother of the young boy from earlier shows up, and of course, is the obvious love interest that Pistachio falls head over heels for. I was waiting for this cliche to show up. So, with a bit of detective work, they soon end up at the Turtle Club, and if you thought Pistachio was annoying before, we haven't seen anything yet.
He's dreamt of this place ever since he was a child. Do you think we can go in for a moment? We'll be out in 5 minutes. Please.
All right.
Shut up.
Can I buy you a drink? Maybe some pond water for your friend?
We weren't able to think of a solid joke, just like the rest of the script. What in the name of cheesecake? Odd scene transition much? So the next morning, Pistachio is introduced to his assistant's boyfriend, and let me guess, he's a complete a-hole.
Saved by the uncoordinated little brat.
Hey, Barn, grind that curve, buddy. Yeah.
I'm okay.
What a loser.
Wow, Dana Carvey sure loves his cliched one-dimensional characters. I wonder if this character's true life will be revealed later in the film. Of course, the plot thickens as Jennifer and Pistachio arrive at Brent Spinner's big mansion. While she does some investigating, Pistachio puts on some disguises to distract everybody else. Now, the only reason that he's a distraction, she's the one doing all the work, is because rather than actually having a logical storyline, he's just using that as an excuse to put on as many impressions as possible. I wonder what the writing process was like on this. Well, Dana, I'm writing the big party scene now. Tell me, what impressions can you do? Okay, I can do Al Pacino in Scarface. Right, we can make it a Colombian theme party. I was thinking what kind of festivities they could be.
Yes.
Well, that's great. You have fun. I've got to speak to someone.
Say hello to my little friend. Don't touch. See that, my friend? That is a rare shrunken head right there. Of a tribal chieftain from the village of Constantinopolis. Holy Halavasas.
Anything else? I can do Quinn from Jaws. Okay, we can put you on a boat in the next scene.
Dark-haired guy run by, Chief. Dark-haired guy go in the water. Shark in the water. Well, do, my wee Spanish ladies.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a Henry.
Oh, I can also pretend to be cow droppings. Okay, I can talk to the costume department about that.
Oh, man, I just stepped on a cow pie. Forget about it, all right? I told you he wasn't here. Let's go back.
Fresh air.
Oh, do you think there's room for martial arts performing kangaroo? Well, I think we can draw the line there. I mean, Lord knows our $2 budget won't be able to handle it. In the following scene, we actually quite quickly get to the point where Jennifer's boyfriend shows his manipulative monster. And Jennifer instantly falls for Pistachio too. Wow. I will give the film credit. At least it moves quickly. Maybe in 2 minutes this thing will be over and... No, we still have 20 minutes left. Thus we head off to the final battle where Spinner is planning on selling historical artifacts on some eBay knockoff. But Pistachio arrives to fight off the ninja henchman in front of the viewing audience.
Now this little dude is slapping these ninja guys senseless.
I'm Kenan Thompson. I'm just sitting and waiting for Saturday Night Live, helming with my post-Nickelodeon career.
Anyone who stays gets a raise.
You know your comedy is in trouble when your background characters have trouble laughing realistically. Meanwhile, Spinner has been Mr. Disguise Mask in his likeness and hypnotized him to kill Pistachio.
In his weakened state, he must have been pulled over to the dark side of energy.
There's a dark side? Exactly like Star Wars?
I felt the need to say that because nobody will ever get such an obvious reference. And anyway, so rather quickly he gets his father to go back to normal.
So we freed Mama. Jennifer became Mrs. Disguisey, and Barney got a papa. Finally, Pistachio became a master of disguise.
So finally we're finished, right?
But there was one thing left to do.
Yeah! Damn it! So then finally the villain is defeated and we get another person Carvey can impersonate, so it goes in the script for no reason.
Mr. President?
Folks around here call me W. You can call me King George.
Even though by 2002, Bush jokes had already gotten old. Then we get probably the longest end credits of any film I've ever seen. But frankly, I'm not even going to stick around to watch the bloopers. In conclusion, The Master of Disguise is a terrible comedy, with never a laugh or a single enjoyable moment. To quote one of my favorite film critics, Carvey is a more than capable comedian. You never guess such a thing from Master of Disguise, a 75-minute sample of puerile rubbish as litless, witless, and devoid of anything resembling humor. Here's hoping one day Carvey produces a funny script that really showcases his talents, unlike this. Because he definitely is deserving of one. See you next time.